We are live. I'll drop that nickel in there for you. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Dwayne here with Growing Together Nursery. And I had to go ahead and hit the Go-Go Gadget greenhouse here and pack it out with some of the fun, fantastic mangoes and fruit trees because, folks, we're getting down to 34 tonight. They are they're calling out for an Arctic blast for Central Florida here. So a lot of things are put away. Kiwi's helping me keep the squirrels at bay over here. Some things are kind of just going to sit out, but they are underneath this shade cloth here. It's 50%. All these anti-lilies will stay there. They have ridden out the winter before, so I know some of y'all are just now getting tuned in. It is Monday out here, right before this frost event. Again, we don't know if they're going to be right on the money at 34 like they're stating, or if it's going to be something where it's going to be plus or minus 2 degrees, right? So if that's the case, we could be freezing. These Barbados cherries, I'm debating. Do I move them? Do I leave them right here underneath this shade cloth? Decisions. The figs are staying just because they can't take the cold temps there, so I'm not really stressing that. This pepper right here, this sweet ahi, may have to go. Looks like it's not going to hold up here. Who knows? All depends on how bad the frost is tonight. So early this morning, but you would never think that the temps would drop, but yep, that's what they're calling for. So all this is going to stay in here just because I want to test it, see exactly how it holds up. Most of this stuff is somewhat cold hardy, but I'm thinking it should be fine there. We'll find out. Let me show you what else. I've been working over here, y'all. Clearing up some of this stuff, putting it away, because don't know what to expect. Some of this stuff, this is whenever you start like valuing your stuff, going, well, what should I move? What shouldn't I move? Over here, I just started stuffing it full. I know to the untrained eye, it looks like total mess in there, but there's pots all in there. And why did I stuff them in there? Well, because they're underneath these Mexican sunflowers here. Let me zoom out here. If I come back out, they're blooming, looking great. All the pollinators are having a great time with them. Yay. But underneath here, I love to go ahead and put all kinds of different plants. I even stuffed the banana shrubs in there. But during these frost events, I mean, if it's only going to be a quick little snap like we're expecting, I think that this can be fine for a little bit. Now, if you're going to go ahead and have multiple nights, well, that's not going to be enough. Hey, it's over here knocking pots over, chasing lizards, all the fun stuff. Yay. Thanks for tuning in, folks. This has been my best friend for the day. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So over here, not a whole lot because I did not put the plastic up here yet, folks. Nope, not yet. So because of that, I'm having to improvise. Compost pile that's not turned is over on this side. What's up? The one that I do turn is over there. I'm wondering how these papayas do with this temp. And also, we got a random passion fruit vine that I didn't plant, straight from the compost pile, climbing up there. I see her up there as well. So will she make it? I don't know. Fairchild, I'm just putting stuff around the base there. What's up? Thanks for tuning in. Same thing with Glenn. Went ahead and put some pots around the base, some Jabos and some Surinames that I had in there. Nothing in here because, again, I don't have the plastic up this year. Not yet. They caught me with my pants down. Next year or here shortly, I will have everything else cleaned up, but I just watered all through there. That way it'll hold some sort of moisture, but not going to do too much over here. If I have to stuff a couple more in there, then so be it. But truly tinies, I'm more than likely going to stay right there. There is an overhead canopy. Sorry, I'm not trying to get you all in the sun. There is an overhead canopy of these old oaks that I love to shed. Probably not the best way to go ahead and grow underneath the oaks, but for frost events, it is amazing because they do keep the frost off your trees. But eventually, the limbs do fall down. In here, went ahead and tucked up some of the mangoes in some pots here. That way, they could be shaded up underneath these Mexicans here. And stuffing trees all in here. Doesn't seem like much, but there's probably another layer back in there. And hopefully they don't get any damage in here. If they do, then so be it. But they are warmer together, right? It's that in the back there. Uh-oh. Yep, I put her way in the back. Had to. That way she's nice and tucked in there. And I put Phoenix on the outside over here to block her in. And Valkyrie. Carrie's going to stay out here just because nowhere to put her right now. Doesn't really have an overhead or overhang there, but I think this tree should do it. Come on. I'm hoping that we don't get that cold. Maybe 32 for a sec, if anything, but nothing too bad, right? In here, I'm just taking plants out of here. I had some potted stuff, so now you walk through here and everything looks naked, yo. Don't feel right. But I've just been watering over here like crazy. Here's what I do with the passion fruit. Where is this place? This is Orange City, Florida, US of A, folks. So the passion fruit vine, what I did was threw a blanket up on here on the north side because this is where the strong winds and the cold temps are coming from. So I put 2 over here. Why did I do that? Well, let me show you here, folks. Have I done this one before? No, but you're in for a treat because you get to find out if this works or if it doesn't. Yay! So inside, I put some mango trees. Let me see if we can squeeze in there. Nope, because I zip tied it. Dang it. Put some mango trees and some jabos in there. Oh, yes. Come around, folks, real quick. Still working on there. I don't know how long those are going to last, but on this side here, of course, you can go inside. So here, put them inside here because the roof of the passion fruit vine can keep all of that frost off of these sweet little trees. Now, did I put many in here? No, I'm just testing it out. Stuffed them in here, gave them some good water, good H2O, little Karen Michelle seedling there. Sabra. I got fruit punch. And let's see, sweet tart. But yeah, I just stuffed them in here, threw the blankets around there, the sheets on there just to stop some of that wind and see if it holds up. We're not expecting a freeze. This is more just to keep the frost off, but hopefully that roof up there will work for it. I don't know, folks. Tune in and find out. This is kind of like the before, and then I'll give you the after to find out how it all looks afterwards. Oh, the sugarloaf seedlings are looking great as of right now. This is where the frost settles in, right through here on this south side. I'll show you. Now the sun's coming in right over here, so this shot's not going to be the greatest, but thanks for hanging in there. This wax shampoo / papaya tree is growing in there together. I'm not going to protect it. It's gone through one winter. Hopefully it'll be fine. I did put this little Mexican sunflower right next to it. That way it can insulate it just a hair, but she's not big enough yet to really give it a place to hide, but hopefully this papaya can also help in keeping the jambu nice and warm there. But over here on the south side, trees are bigger, so hopefully they can fend for themselves a whole lot better. Don't know yet. These Mexicans are way bigger now, so that can insulate a lot as well. This girl doing work. No competition, just in there by herself. Most of these, if you look, they got somebody in there working them. Gotta stop and smell. Man, y'all don't know. Oh, real quick, before I go through here. So yeah, all the pots in here, went ahead and moved those up. Besides the GE Neri. And why is that? Because, because figs can take it. Figs are cold hardy. They can go ahead and take the cold. That's nothing to them. She's almost ready, folks. We're going to find out. We'll let you know what she tastes like. Dun, dun, dun. But yes, I cleaned up all through here. Moved all the pots. Looks crazy. Nice and open. Looks like it's all spread around, but still got some roselle kicking off, folks. Got to go ahead and get those off here shortly. This girl, that one, no, this one here, hanging with this bowling ball. I'm deciding to leave her just because she's given birth and I don't want to disturb her. I mean, this thing is a monster avocado. This is Marcus Pumpkin, and it's in a little 7-gallon. I know she's very small to fruit. She told me she could handle it. She seems sturdy. She's doing it, folks. All right, so I don't want to disturb her. The avocado's almost ready, so I'm gonna leave her there. She's kind of tucked up in there. I move her, then she's gonna go ahead and have issues, but she's got like a barely of an overhang on off of that tree. I'm gonna find out how she holds up. In here, folks, what I did is I'm utilizing the neighbor's oak trees as cover. So that's not mine whatsoever. You'll see it's over the fence. What did I do? Stuffed all these trees inside. Underneath here, this is all my baby girls. Well, not all, but some. And I put them underneath here. I love all the moss in there hanging because that does add, collects moisture, all that fun stuff, and gives it a nice place to insulate them. So down through here, not just mangoes, we dropped in some jabos, some avocados, most of my larger trees down through here. That way they can go ahead and have the insulation from the fence plus from the trees up above. So this is coming in hot. This is my warmest spot, considering that it's the northern spot. Most properties, they'll say that the north spot is the coldest, but this side, because of my neighbors and the way that the trees are structured, we actually have it a little bit different. But let's see if this works. Again, now, if this was going to be for multiple nights and we're going to sit here and freeze, I wouldn't do this. This is not what I recommend. But for my situation, I got some seedlings over here. But for my situation, this is what we're doing. This harvest moon isn't going to be able to do a whole lot there. I'm not going to protect her this time. And then in through here, I do have more, again, these Mexican sunflowers do come in clutch to go ahead and put all kinds of stuff underneath. Let me show you. So this 4 Puerto Rican plantain. And then underneath here, more seedlings. That way they can be protected. And they've been growing like this anyways. So in the shade, hanging out. Let me show you this other one here. But dappled light. But now, whenever the frost is coming on, then it will go ahead and keep them nice and insulated. So I've been taking them and moving them inside of here. Katuk is going crazy. All of the little seeds are coming around, but these are going to have to stay there. Not much coverage, but you get it, folks. Yes, the Mexican sunflowers, not only are they cool right now this time of year. Your neighbors are happy. You're sitting there giving them some nice flowers over the fence, but you can go ahead and plant underneath and keep some of your plants nice and toasty. So let me show you. But yeah, I've been watering through here, trying to get them nice and wet, just because, and they're stacked in there. I got them through there. I got the Rolenias in there, and everything that I had out here kind of it's kind of tossed in there. But this is a good thing though, because you get to rearrange them once again. Uh-oh, look at that thing shine. Oh, that's a fake one. Okay. That's a real one though. Uh-oh. Almost ready. Nothing dropped today, so we get, until I see this one. I was just saying that nothing dropped and the ants are already working it. Yeah, this is the problem with, well, not the problem at all, because the only thing that gets them is ants. The raccoons don't get them, the squirrels don't get them, and yeah, you just rinse it off and go from there. But these, I will be getting some of these off of here shortly, just because I don't want them to be, well, tossed around by the wind here, but they're starting to fall off as we speak. But yeah, I went ahead and tucked in. This one's going to stay right here. It's the only one. This is kind of more of a control here. This is a Puerto Rican plantain, but I don't think it's a dwarf version. No, it says ice cream banana. Never mind. I was wondering. Never mind. Ice cream banana. I probably should move that then. The work continues, folks. I was grabbing a lot of the sweet potatoes and harvesting those. So this is what we've been doing, folks. Hang on here. Let me rinse off this star fruit here. Hopefully you guys are good and working on your yard, because this is that time of year. You can have it all or lose it all, folks. If it's not a hurricane, it's a frost or a freeze event. But it is what it is. Just rinse it off. I'll cut off that piece. There's my lunch for the day, right? He was ready to go back. Some things you just can't wrap up, right? Like this Sacha Inchi. Can't do much. She's just going to hang up there. Whatever freezes, we'll do exactly that. The mulberries, I got the Shangri-La here. And the white, well, mulberries are fine for the cold, so not much you can do. The Subel white sapote, they're supposedly cold hardy. So this one's growing like a string, like very tall and lanky, while more of the Densler and the Redlands is growing a little bit different here. I think more squatty. Well, Redlands has a partner in crime over here, the Screw-Me. So of course it's going to grow a little bit more to the outside here, but she's doing great, folks. And then this diamond seedling, no protection. She is kind of rooted in. I didn't want to disturb her, but she's a seedling of diamond seedling. So I don't want to go ahead and mess with her. So I'm going to go ahead and leave her there. Find out exactly what happens in full cover. I mean, there's no cover whatsoever. So risky business. I know. But you got to test them out. Miss Venus, I think that she may get a blanket or two. I don't know. She is getting tall already. And of course, I put it on the 1 foot little raised bed on there. But I don't think I'm going to go ahead and do too much for her. If I have to, don't know. Venus is a very large tree. I think that she can handle her own, but I don't know. Hang in there. Yeah, see all the little seedlings in here? I'm not going to wrap them up. Hopefully can take this. If not, you're going to find out if they can go ahead and take our temps here in 9B in Orange City. right next to Blue Springs State Park, folks. But everything is nice and green for the moment. This is whenever you're still like, yay, it's possible. Then you tune in a few days and I'm going, oh man, oh no, I should have done this and that. But yeah, my lanes look very small now. All the pots were in here, and now this is when all the ants come around and they all start running from one place to the next. But hopefully this will work to keep some of this, keep these trees alive. So a lot of these seedlings out here are hopefully going to be nice and warm now that we have way more growing all through here. Cranberries will come back, cranberry hibiscus, so not really stressing that. Thanks for the hole there, Kiwi. Was not expecting that one. Let's see what we got. Not quite ready there. We're getting close. There's a green one there. Do we have one that's ready? I see a. She's still a little. Oh, I see you. Hang on here. That's a little bit better. And you get like the little fruit fly, like bites in there, but whenever you eat it, like it doesn't really affect it much. Or you just, I'm getting used to the larva flavor, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's a me thing. Dang it, I ripped off two. You see that? No, I went for this one. Uh-oh, dropped something else. Another green one fell. Man, I'm over here dropping fruit. Went for one, and no, I dropped the, got a green one instead. Not bad, folks. I used to think that they were like little red peppers, but they will grow on you. They will grow. And what's crazy is I've dropped so many seeds down below the actual tree here, and I haven't seen any little seedlings come up. So a lot of people ask me if they can be grown from seeds, but I haven't seen any yet. I haven't seen any little seedlings pop. But everything else in here should be okay. And if not, then we will reset. All the Shriekambangas are just a hair later than the carries. I feel like I nailed these Mexicans this time, because I kind of need them large like this for this time of year. That way they can soak up some of this frost, keep all the cold off. And yeah, I was in here watering, so getting this stuff nice and dense. Hopefully it will work. Soak up all the mulch in here. We did get some really good rain this past couple of days, or yesterday. Poured over here, so that does help. Hopefully we can get a few off of the dwarf Hawaiian this year. Gave it some compost tea. So hopefully these fruits can get nice and plump and somewhat juicier than before. I had a decent sized one, a little bit bigger than this, and it was okay. It was pretty good. But can she do better, folks? Yeah, I know. You don't judge the first fruit. Variegated kumquat, still hanging in there. This thing's blowing up. One and only, I know. One and only, and I'm ready to go ahead and cut off this rootstock. This one and this one right here. This one then shot up way past the actual tree here. That's probably why we only have one lonely fruit on there, because of the rootstock. All the energy's going up there, but no. Did I cut it off? No. But all these hopefully should be fine. And if not, folks, replant. Cannot get attached. They're trees, I get it. You hopefully can find them again Most of this stuff can be found. Once again, if they're seedlings, that's a whole nother deal. But for the most part, look at this one. Oh, you see ya. Nice little red hue on there. So much better. Has like a different flavor than the normal ones. That's a little bit young. Got to go for them. Yeah, that's a little bit better there. Something like that. Hang on here. Yeah. Very windy here, folks. It's coming in. Yeah, see the Densler white sapote has more, well, it's been over here in full sun for 1. Barely started growing 2, but I guess it could be just a different style of growth, right? Finally, the Lacatan, well, the bananas for all of that, but finally the Lacatan over here starting to get growing, but just in time to be set back. Womp, womp, womp. It's okay. This is how we learn, folks. Look at this. Much better. The green in here, all the leaves are looking fantastic. Next year, once they bounce back in time, we're going to get a few racks off of these girls. I'm not really worried about it. Now, these turpentines here have really stretched. Are you really proud of turpentine, Dwayne? Are you kidding me? After all the mangoes that you have, and you're talking about how great these listen, these are my rootstocks from what had happened here. I'm proud that they're very, they're getting bigger. So now, my gosh, she's barking at a squirrel. I'm just happy that down below I can go ahead and still grow other stuff and keep the frost off now that they have gotten to this height. They will eventually be cut back and grafted with lovely varieties like the Maria right here. So I'm not really thinking to keep turpentine for too long, but while she's here, why not use her to keep the frost off? But look at these healthy leaves, y'all. I can't make this up. Thanks for tuning in. I get it. It is Monday. Hopefully there's not too much noise in the backdrop because someone's working in the distance and we got the D-O-double-G barking back there. But a little bit more, folks. A little bit more left here on the Roselle. And that will be it. But Kongpa Mauve finally started turning green on me just in time to lose all her beautiful leaves as well. This one's got nobody working it, folks. Nobody. Not all of them. And that's the view over there on that side. But, they're all facing south. My gosh. Barking crazy. Hang on, folks. Let me see if I can get you a better view. You want the flower view? Okay, hang on here. Let me see what I can do for you. Just for you flower people, right? Hang on. My pants keep falling down here, but all right, here we go. There should be some pollinators somewhere through here, but we'll find them. So I planted this real quick, I know, 10 feet away from the fence, and these things are stretching already, folks. Let's see if we can just hang around without buzzing too close to these girls. That one's working, or before I get stung once again. Although, doing much better now. But hang on. Sorry if it's a little shaky. We're going for the outside here. And I'm hoping that there's no holes, but dang, they're already way up there. This one, I swear those are all 20 feet, but we'll take the short fruit down here. Nothing. Don't you know a freeze is coming? You're over here showing us flowers, Dwayne? I know. Listen, I've been at it all day. I am delirious. I've been moving stuff. Let's stare at some flowers for once, right? I know. They are up there going crazy. Here's the problem. You gotta get them before they start turning into mad seeds. But they just put on a show right now. Wind blows them around. Uh-oh. You see you. Get close. Go ahead. Uh-oh. I haven't mowed over here for a little bit, so honestly, it is a nice little setup in my opinion, just because it does hold a lot more of the moisture in. So and this chaya is huge, folks. Look at this. I haven't cut it back. I haven't really done too much with it. Besides, well, cut a little lane over this way here. That way I can get by. But she is a thick little plant here. I'm propagating and making more, but I haven't had it yet. Guilty. I haven't had it. But in case I do need it, you got it. Right? That's a lot of this stuff back here. Kind of like you don't have to have it, but if you do need it. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. Hopefully most of this stuff will stick around. And maybe you as well. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, why not? It is free, folks. If you want to hang around, see some more videos, see what makes it, what doesn't. We are on the freeze line here where you can have it all or lose it all. Depends, you know, how much you want to gamble. But I'll say this, you have a little bit more control of the plants than of most other investments, right? To a certain degree, you can get a greenhouse, different, you know, different values on that, of course. Get a greenhouse. Get a greenhouse, put your stuff in there, and you can make it, folks. You know? And, well, you can until they get large. What's in here? Uh-oh. Did I show you? Oh, let me slide underneath here real quick. Thanks for tuning in still. If you're still hanging, you're all right. Oh. So, had to go ahead and squeeze in all kinds of different plants in here. Make a lane that way this one could walk through, because if not, let there be something in there and she's going to destroy it. But June plums made it. I didn't knock any of them off, which was quite nice. Although a lot of the leaves are starting to shed, but still eat them. Flavor's not, yeah, still sour. The Canepa had to come in, and she's right at that height, folks, where, man, next year, may have to trim it. I don't want to, but we'll have to see. But Canepa, my May had to make it in here. The hawk plum stayed out just because, but some of these other jabos came in. Just because, folks, we cannot throw those dice. I didn't want to have to go ahead and activate the greenhouses, but why not? Oh, there's a little mulberry action. So I'm telling you, you can go ahead and get one of these cheap greenhouses for what it's worth. This one I've had for a few years, you know, a couple $100 on Amazon, and you can keep some of your stuff growing, right? Put a little heater in here. Very sad on the germination rate of these sugar apples. I was hoping for way more, but we'll take what we can get. Yeah, you can keep some of your seedlings going. They work so far. All right. But anyways, folks, we got all kinds of work to do still. And hopefully you're keeping your stuff nice and warm as well. All right. You know where to find us if something happens. Come on out and see us afterwards. I guess this is going to be a quick little flash frost type of event. So don't worry, folks. There'll be more and we'll get more. So have a good one. Till next time. Thank you. Later.